Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about Magic the Gathering crossed with Final Fantasy as a franchise, and this has been something that was announced a while ago actually, but we finally got some information on this today, and there's been lots of posts about this, lots of previews, and there's going to be lots more previews of cards basically coming to Magic the Gathering in this crossover. And honestly, they look incredible. I'm not the sort of person that's ever played Magic the Gathering, but this might be, for me, someone who hasn't before, kind of like the gateway drug, quite honestly. I know a lot of my friends play a lot of Magic, and I've played a lot of the online video game forms of them, the various spin-offs that they've done, Steam games and the like. So I'm aware of this universe. I just haven't dipped into it as a physical form yet, but this might be the first time because this stuff is exciting. So as you can see here, the release date for these new cards, new decks, new setups that you can get is the 13th of June this year. And there is actually themes around quite a few of the Final Fantasy characters. As you can see here, we've got Lightning, so obviously Final Fantasy 13. The big news is we got Final Fantasy 14 inspired cards as well as Final Fantasy 10. But as you can see here, we've got Terra from Final Fantasy 6 here as well. It looks fantastic, and honestly, some of these cards are amazing. Let's zoom in a little bit so you can get a better idea of what we've got here. So legends come to life. Explore Magic's most popular format, Commander, with characters from a Final Fantasy series. So they're doing these like Commander decks, they're called, which are as you can see here, pre-formed decks. I think they've got 100 cards in there, and essentially it comes with, you know, all of the characters from that specific franchise, or at least that's what I understand. So we've got a Final Fantasy 14 Commander deck, we've got a 10 Commander deck, we've got a Final Fantasy 6 Commander deck, and we've also got a Final Fantasy 7 Commander deck as well as individual boosters, play boosters. We've also got Collector's Edition Commander decks as well, which is like the shiny ones. 100 card deck, fully equipped in Gleaming Surge foil. So presumably that means that all 100 cards are in foil version. So that's obviously a little bit more expensive. Then we've got bundles and all sorts of so forth. Let's see, an exclusive spin down life counter and a collector booster, which is like a gift bundle. Then we've also got the pre-release Magic the Gathering 6 play boosters. So there's all sorts of stuff that's coming out, and as you can see here, you can register your interest here. But the artwork is absolutely beautiful on these cards. Here's just a few examples. We've got Emmett Selk, the Unsundered. They've also shown on Twitter this picture here, which also shows Hades, so like the the evolved form of that card and the transformation, which is pretty amazing. So they've gone quite deep into this. They look absolutely fantastic. And you've got Elder Wizard for Emmett Selk, for example, and Sin there from Final Fantasy X, Leviathan armor. We've got summons in the form of Shiva here, which is pretty great here. And then we've got Saz's Chocobo from Final Fantasy 13, obviously. We've got the Dragon of Mount Gold. Look at that. That looks amazing. We've got Cecil. So it's not just specifically those few sets. There are also other Final Fantasy characters from other entries of a franchise in card form. So this is super exciting. Final Fantasy 14 and the other Final Fantasy games have got their own trading card game, the trading collection card game, which is actually quite cool. I've got a few of those cards actually, but Magic is certainly on a completely different level, isn't it? And as you can see, you can flip those over. So you've got Cecil transform there from Dark Knight to Paladin, which I think is a really nice touch. Same with Hades there from Emmett Selk. It's really cool, isn't it? Really cool. And there's the shiny versions of the cards as well, which look absolutely gorgeous, and I can only imagine what they look like in person. And there's some of the actual artwork that they're using for these. If we go to Amazon itself, which is this is the American Amazon here, not my own region. You can see how much these things would be, and of course these things are on pre-order, so you've got a bundle with 9 boosters, currently unavailable. We've got pre-orders for the starter kit, which is pretty awesome, and then we've also got the booster boxes. Of course these things are selling like hotcakes, as you would imagine, and of course we've got the pre-order of the Commander decks as well, which look pretty awesome. And then there's also the shiny versions of those as well. Really excited to see. Of course, those are currently unavailable. There's obviously going to be a supply and demand thing. But yeah, if you want just the Commander deck for Final Fantasy XIV, which is Commander Deck 4, that will set you back $70 essentially. And from what we understand, that contains 100 cards, you know, an entire deck built up basically for Final Fantasy XIV, right? Specifically. So yeah, there we go. It's just really exciting, isn't it, to see the franchise expand into other franchises, and I think a lot of people will be all over the Cat Warlock Ishtola, adding her to Magic the Gathering, basically. And here is the English Amazon. Obviously, they're talking about the £58 for each Commander deck, as you can see here. And you can choose specifically which one. There's also the collector's editions of each one as well. So you've got the main price of £58, and then you've got the collector's edition, which is the Everything's Foil, which is $124.99. So if I wanted to get the Commander deck for this one, collector's edition, then that will cost me £124.99. or my regional equivalent. But as you can see, those are all the products available. It's pretty exciting. I don't know if everybody's into Magic the Gathering. Like I say, this is something I've always kind of wanted to dip my toe into, but all of my friends have said, please don't. It's really expensive. So I might just get one, right? Just get one and put it on a shelf or something. But you never know, I might get into it. But let me know what you think about these. I'm really excited to see what they do with this, and I can't wait to see a full preview of all of the cards, because of course all we've got so far is previews of just a few representations. I think over the next few days, Magic the Gathering themselves will be unveiling the cards. I think they've got a live stream planned for, I think it's tomorrow or the day after. But yeah, super excited for these personally. They're a little bit pricey, but that is the case with expensive cards. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.